Hey everybody, and welcome back to EG&T Comics. And I haven't made a video in a while. I did make a YouTube short a while ago talking about this awesome key that I found. Where did I put it? It's right behind me. Stand up so you can see it. The first appearance of Sam Wilson as the new Captain America. Made a YouTube short about that. It's pretty cool key I found while I was actually on a trip for something for school. And we were in the mall, and conveniently, I feel like more recently, or at least since I've started this channel, I've had better luck at finding comic books at just random places. Before I had this channel, or whenever I first started it I wanted to make it very clear that finding comic books was going to be a hard thing to do, but it's become easier and easier. I think it's just the more I look, the more I realize that they're kind of all around. You just have to look really hard. But recently, school just let out here in Oklahoma, and it is now summertime, which means I can look for more comic books, I can make more content for everyone who watches the channel, and just a lot of good things all around. It's gonna be fun, and I'm excited for it. But just recently, I have went to a kind of town or city where I have found some of the best comic books ever and best antique stores, like, in my lifetime. So many comic books, I mean, so many have just, no one's picked through, there's so much good stuff, and I was only there for, like, looking for about 10 minutes, maybe. I went to 2 different stores for about 10 minutes each, and that's all the time I had, and you won't believe what I found in just that 20 minutes of time. 10 at each store, I mean, it's crazy. So, I'm going to start off with what I found in the first store, and that is The Incredible Hulk Future Imperfect Part 2 of 2. Now, what's really cool about this is it introduced a new character known as Maestro, who is really like a future version of Hulk that is just kind of more evil, and this is cool because it's his first cover appearance, but not only that, it's a really awesome first cover appearance. You got the foil looking cover, shiny, and he just looks awesome, just big, and he's like powerful. I mean, he's about to punch kind of through the front page. It just looks, it's really cool to look at. And the next thing I found there was not really a key of any sorts, but I just kind of thought it looked cool. And this is Lobo #1 from 1993. Just pretty cool. I don't know a ton about Lobo, so I just thought this would be kind of cool to pick up and read, maybe look through. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. The cover looks cool. Alright, the next one is a very big book to me because I've recently became a really big Deadpool fan. He's awesome. I love the Joe Kelly run. And what was cool about this is a couple weeks ago, I found this book at like a comic book, like I don't know what to call it, kind of like sale. And it was expensive and I wanted it. And I ended up passing on it. And about 5 minutes after I passed on it, someone else picked it up, which of course, I mean, that's my own fault. I didn't want to get it at the moment, and later I regretted it because it's a book that I wanted. The good news is I got it in about the same condition for a better deal only about a week later. That is X-Force #2, the second appearance of Deadpool. So that is really cool. But yeah, as far as being a Deadpool fan goes, this is a somewhat, I mean, common key. I mean, second appearance, still pretty cool. It's by no means the first appearance, but it's pretty cool, and I can add it to my little Deadpool section down here with first fight between Deadpool and Wolverine and Deadpool #1, so that's pretty cool. Alright, so the next one's kind of interesting. This is Highlander #0, and I'm sure some people know about Highlander. I know very little about it, but basically what I know is it's about these immortal people with swords trying to kill each other. That's about it. But what's cool about this is like the prelude to like the movie, and it's actually pretty significant when it comes to the series, even though has very little value. But the good news is I don't know if this is still happening, but a while ago it was rumored or maybe even confirmed, I think, that Henry Cavill will be in a new Highlander movie. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, nice little key to pick up, and considering I got it for probably like 25 cents if I remember correctly. I mean, they just charged what it said on the cover, so that was really cool. And I only got 2 more things from that store. And this is Marvel Tales starring Spider-Man number 154. Fight between Spider-Man and Daredevil. Just classic Daredevil costume, classic Spider-Man. They're fighting. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't get much better than this sort of thing. It looks really cool. Might put it up on my wall. But yeah, looks awesome. And the last one is also a key. And this is Spider-Man Unlimited number 1. And this is the first appearance of Scream, if I remember correctly. And Scream is a pretty cool character. Scream's a symbiote, and as I'm sure you could figure out, can scream really loud. But yeah, it's pretty cool little key there. Alright, so the next store had some other really cool things. And I only got to go in here for 10 minutes, probably less than 10 minutes to be honest. They closed at 4:45 and we got there at about 4:35. It's about 10 minutes exactly, and they're just kind of trying to rush us out at a certain point, which I understand. That's when they close, but really, really good place for comic books. I need to go back soon. I mean, amazing. But yeah, I got this. This is Night Thrasher number 1, part 1 of 4. Night Thrasher was more of a 90s character from Marvel. Marvel was making a lot of more like characters in the 90s that were lesser known. Night Thrasher being one of them. But I just thought this was really kind of a cool cover in general. I mean, he's about to jump through a window. That looks pretty cool to me. I mean, I like his overall kind of look. But the last one is probably the comic book I'm most proud of from that day. And this is the Infinity Gauntlet number 1. I mean, how many more iconic and just sick covers can you think of that this is not a part of? Like, out of all the awesome and sick covers, how could you not include this one? This is one of my favorite covers in a comic, like, from comic books. It's so sick. You got Thanos in the front, Death, Mephisto, just all the heroes in the bottom, and the Infinity Gauntlet just glowing, the Infinity Stones, or gems, I guess what they were called in this, just, like, kind of shining. Oh, man, it just looks so cool. Super happy about that one. I didn't think I would ever find this book because anytime I've seen it somewhere, it's either priced high or it's just such a cool looking book that even people who don't collect a lot of comics, I feel like, would try to pick up just because it looks so cool. But yeah, that is my haul for today. A lot of good comic books. Definitely happy about this. I need to go back to Fort Smith. Got a lot of good comic book not comic book shops, antique stores with a lot of good comic books in them that just hasn't been picked through from what I went through. I mean, this is what I found. I never find stuff like this at any antique stores or anything like that. I mean, I find less stuff like this at comic shops. Like, I mean, this is just, they had so much stuff. The best part is they had like, wrong one. They had like 4 copies of Infinity Gauntlet number 1. Like, who wouldn't do that? And they were priced really well. But all of these were just cheap keys that were good. I mean, it's amazing. A really good day. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. Please like and please subscribe. And just thank you very much.